Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all smashing it. So we're just out in the F31. For you guys who haven't really watched the channel or are watching this for the first time, obviously it's an F31. It's a 3 litre diesel, so the 330D. This is a non-X drive, so rear wheel drive only. I prefer the rear wheel drive, but that's just personal preference. If you do look back on the other videos, we have done a standard Dragy times in this car. Now I say standard, the only thing that had been done to it was the Alpina gearbox flash map, which was done by Gareth at BMW Tech Services. So check him out if you want that done. And we had a pipe cross filter fitted. So in that video, I was getting 5.62 was the best time. Now obviously 5.6 is a standard figure for the F series, the rear wheel drive. I think it's 5.4 on the X drive because obviously you get a little bit better traction. But 5.6 standard figures. Now obviously with this being a touring, quite high spec, I'm pretty happy with those figures. But since then I have had the car stage 1 mapped. So just running through the figures on that. Standard, these are meant to be 254 brake horsepower, 254 brake horsepower, 560 newton meters, and as I said, 0 to 60 in about 5.6 seconds. Obviously with the stage 1 map that we got done by Chris at CL Autos, so obviously anybody wants a map doing, check him out. Great lad, and he's been doing it for a number of years and he does know what he's doing, and I can vouch for obviously the company he uses with regards to the flash maps. They are quite a good map for the cars. Now obviously with the stage 1, that's taken this car from 254 brake horsepower up to 310, so that's quite an increase. We've gone from 560 newton meters up to 650 newton meters, so promising figures. And to be fair, having a little drive in it, it really does kick you back in the seat now, and I am quite happy with it. So the goal of this video today, do some Dragy times. Personally, I want to beat me 5.62, which I think it should do. But if you've watched the other videos, Martin did do Dragy times in his F30 with the stage 1 map, and he managed to get a 4.82. So I want to beat the 5.62. I think that should do today, but ideally I want to get close to or beat that 4.82. so go for a little drive now, obviously get it right up to temperature, and we'll have a go at doing a few Dragy times. So we're just going to have a quick go at doing our first Dragy time. So obviously we're going to stop the car, set up the Dragy, and we'll see what we can do. So with that one, oh, that wasn't very good. We got a bit of wheel spinach on that one. What was that? 5.77. So we're going to start that again, and we'll see if we can beat that. So we'll just have another go.
30, 60.
So what did we get then? 5.71.
quarter mile.
So we've just had a go at doing 2 little Dragy times. Now with that one, I had it in Sports Plus, gear knob over to the side. First one, really struggled with traction, got a 5.77. Second one, keeping it the same, Sports Plus, gear knob over to the side, and pretty much got a 5.7. So that's quite disappointing. So we're going to have another go, and basically I'm going to drop it back into sport, obviously with the DSC off, and we will see if we can get a better time. To be honest, I think it's the wheel spin and it's a bit of practice, but we'll have a go. So we've got some handy little roadworks here on this section, so I'm going to set the Dragy up, and no cars in front. We'll see if we can get a decent Dragy time.
70. 60. 30. 60.
Well, it's a bit sketchy, but we managed a 5.33. So I think with this, it actually goes better. Now that was in, let me just double check, that was in comfort, obviously with the traction off. We had a bit of spinach, but we got a slightly better time.
30. 60.
Right, so I'm going to leave it there with the 0 to 60 times. There's starting to get quite a bit of traffic on the roads, and it's a bit of a nightmare having to pull over, wait for gaps in the traffic, and then have a go. But there was something quite interesting I did actually find out. Now, you'd presume best 0 to 60 time is going to come in Sports Plus, gear knob over to the side, foot on the brake, little bit of gas, let off, and away you go. Now, I've tried that a few times. That was giving me a lot of wheel spin, and it was basically revving a bit too high in first, so I was losing a bit of time on the gear change, which I was also quite surprised at, seeing as how this has got the Alpina gearbox map. So because of that, tried a few times in sports, gear knob over to the side. It was slightly better on the traction off the line, but it was still holding the gear quite a bit. So obviously tried it with the the gear lever in normal position in sport with the traction off, but I was still getting pretty much close to standard times. And I think most of that was a combination of wheel spin and basically revving too much, so you're kind of out the power band. Obviously it is a diesel, so I thought we'll just have a quick go, put it in comfort, kept the traction on, and obviously stopped, just basically floored it. Now doing that, I got ever so slight bit of wheel spin. It kept it in the power band right the way through the rev range, and I actually got a 5.25, which was the best Dragy time I've got. So obviously that's an improvement on it being standard with having the stage 1 map, but I was a little bit gutted. I would have liked to have got closer to obviously 5 seconds, or even, you know, high 4s like Martin did in his F30. Now there might be a few reasons for the slightly higher 0 to 60. I might not have as good a tyres. Also, with it being the F31, it's the Touring, so it's slightly heavier, and I have got a lot of extras, optional extras that Martin hasn't got. So obviously I've got the full electric seats, I've got the electric boot, and a lot of other little toys like the head-up display. I've got the lane assist, so I'm going to take it that this is quite a bit heavier than Martin's, and that's why I'm not getting sub 5 seconds. But that's just my little excuse. I definitely will be having another go. I do think there's more in it with the stage 1. I think I need to not concentrate on the sport and the sport plus, and just keep it in the comfort. So I'll probably do another little video at some point, and hopefully I will beat that 5.25. So I hope you like this video. I hope it's quite informative. Still, even though I didn't get the figures I wanted, I would definitely recommend the stage 1 remap. While you're driving, it does feel a lot quicker. So we're going to leave it there. As always, hit that like and subscribe button, and we will catch you in the next video. See you later.